So we are back again with another video, and today we'll be reacting to the new trailer that has dropped for Arsenal's All or Nothing Amazon Prime series. So without further ado, let's get straight into it and let's have a look at what this series could be all about.
0 goals, 0 points.
Which is relegation form.
Arteta's got to go.
Embarrassing. But it's when everybody's against you, you are a stronger guy.
Now, just from first glance at that, I think we can all tell that it's going to be a big PR stunt, this Amazon series. Mainly for the fact that it's going to show, look, we lost the first 3 games, and look at our comeback, we suddenly finished 5th. And obviously, in hindsight, for Amazon, it probably would have been better if Arsenal finished 4th, because it would have been more of a better storyline to portray. But I think a lot of what we're going to see from this Amazon series is going to be Arteta being the Lord and Saviour, the man who's somehow inspired this group of players to turn it all around. And one player that I think we saw a lot in that trailer is Aubameyang. Interesting that. It's a very interesting one. So maybe we're going to see the exit of Aubameyang more in detail, how that one transpires. So I think we are going to see a lot of things about Aubameyang as well. I thought this trailer would have been a bit longer personally. But I think we are going to see a lot of the downfall versus the uprise, and I think a lot of compilations that you might have seen on Twitter, YouTube, whatever. I think we're going to get a sort of a mirror reflection of that, but in a bigger documentary series behind the scenes. I think we're going to see a lot of the jubilation as well, which is going to come with the triumphs, the wins that led us to finishing 5th, and it's going to be sort of seen as a celebration more so for anything, which for me isn't the greatest portrayal, because look, at the end of the day, it wasn't an achievement finishing 5th. Obviously, in an ideal world, we wanted to get back into the Champions League, maybe win a trophy or whatever. But in terms of what we're going to see, insights more into transfers, the talkings behind the scenes. There's something we saw with Spurs. When the Spurs one happened, we saw what happened with who was it, Danny Rose, I think. Those sorts of things, those sorts of behind the scenes, the ones with Dele Alli. I think we'll get that in this one, but I think just from the little 20 odd second introduction we have got to this Amazon series, I think we can say that it's going to be more the PR, the public relations, trying to portray Arteta as being this so-called master of turning heads around and trying to improve the squad, so much so. Whether we're going to see a lot of the behind the scenes in terms of transfers and that sort of thing, I'm not too sure whether we're going to see everything in full detail in this series. So I'm not going to say you should expect this, you should expect that, but I do think that we are going to see a lot of one side versus the other side. And I think that's what we shouldn't be expecting much, but I think it's going to be interesting to see how and what Arsenal have allowed Amazon to film of themselves, whether we're going to see a lot of the training sessions, how things are conducted, or is it just going to be the jubilations, Arteta's, what do you call it, the speeches, pep talks, the pep talks in the dressing rooms. Is that what we're going to see a lot of, or is it going to be something a bit different? I can't really see, and no one can really say right now, but I think it's going to drop, what they've said is it's going to drop on the 4th of August, so that's actually earlier than I would have thought, but I think it's not going to drop all at once. They're going to drop one episode or a few episodes at once, and then drop the next few episodes, so forth. So they're dropping it 4th of August, so it's going to be interesting watching that documentary, and I'll be trying to do my own reactions to that one as well. But leave your thoughts in the comment section down below. What do you guys think of this Amazon documentary, the All or Nothing, which Arsenal are launched and announced last year, and now the season has finally come to a conclusion, so we are going to see the documentary in action come the 4th of August. So look, I'm not going to expect much from it. I'm going to keep an open mind going into watching this one when it comes. It's going to be on Amazon Prime, as we always know, as we have known, and funny enough, Arsenal are going to receive a £10 million fee for doing this documentary, which is quite hefty and probably has funded our deal for Gabriel Jesus, which looks like it's going to be announced very soon, as Arsenal have also announced Matt Turner, Marquinhos and Fabio Vieira. That also moves on to another point. Are we going to see many of the transfers behind the scenes? But overall, let's see what happens. Let's see how the documentary goes. I just want to see a good show, a spectacle. I'm not hoping for anything informative from this really, because I think just predicting what's going to happen is from this series, it's just going to be mainly just a PR stunt, as I've said many times. And the initial reaction is I'm interested. I'm intrigued. I think that is the right word to describe how I feel after that. Not real thoughts, because I thought the trailer would have been a bit longer. But look, we have what we have. And this is really the first sort of insight documentary we'll ever have on Arsenal. I think, has there been one before? I'm not too sure. But this is the first one that I can remember. And whether you know, who we're going to see featured, are we going to see much of Edu, Vinay, Richard Arnold behind the scenes, negotiating deals, contracts or players. I think Smith Rowe signed a new deal this season, so we're going to see behind the scenes of that. The Aubameyang saga, the Lacazette saga, and Nketiah saga, not signing anyone in January saga, the start of the season dilemmas that we had, you know, obviously not winning 2 games was the three games we lost at the start of the season, and then the transfers we made, obviously Ramsdale, and then Odegaard, then Ramsdale, and Tomiyasu obviously after that. So I think it'll be interesting to see what happens moving into this, and a lot of I know what we're going to see behind the scenes, as in we're going to see a lot of Arteta pep talks, and I think we'll see many of those. I won't be surprised of that. But I do want to see a bit more different, something different to maybe what we saw in the Spurs one. Not just become a big meme about Jose Mourinho, but maybe see a lot of what actually happens, what are some of the processes that do go on behind the scenes, and some of the dynamics within the squad actually would be very interesting to see, like player relationships, who's with who, that sort of thing. So I think when you are being filmed all around like that, I think a lot of the players probably won't like it, and they, as they should, they probably don't like it, and they probably haven't. But you'd think that, you know, you'll try and find out what's going on with what, and are the squad happy with what's going on? You know, you get to see some of those things, and hopefully we do, see a good spectacle. But that's it. I'm going to wrap up this video talking about the Arsenal or Nothing. We'll be back with the transfer update tomorrow. And hopefully maybe a few more videos out for a few more things to do with Arsenal, as we know the transfer window is well underway and Arsenal are spending as much as they can, it looks like. We're going very aggressive, obviously securing a sign of Marquinhos, Fabio Vieira, and Jesus looks like it's done, and Matt Turner is obviously announced already. So look, Arsenal or Nothing, it looks like it's coming out 4th of August, quite early, actually, earlier than I thought. I'm not sure when the Spurs one came out actually, but looks like this is coming. It's on its way after the camera's been following around what has been an interesting season. A failure, would I say? Probably not getting top 4 was a bit of a failure, but overall it wasn't too bad. So thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you have enjoyed, please leave a like and subscribe. If you want to see more of Arsenal's All or Nothing reactions, leave your thoughts in the comment section down below. See you guys in the next one. Bye bye.